Celtics are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court or interrupting play. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to rejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member. Remember, college fans, we still have tickets available for upcoming home.
And there's a lot of excited basketball fans revved up and ready to get going. Welcome, everyone. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Celtics. They're in second, looking to take over the first one. And, of course, there's the Bucks. They're much further down in the standings right now. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. We've got Ps5. Simmons is out there with Antetokounmpo. And there's Jackson, and it's Lillard in at the point. And for the Celtics. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. White is out there with MP. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. How many games do you need to play, Greg, before you know who you are as a team?
I think you basically know already your identity, the pace you want to play at, obviously the development of the younger guys, and your chemistry is always ongoing.
Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Jackson passes to Simmons. The rebound by the Celtics. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
White, good.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
Here's MP after Ben Simmons' bucket. Tatum, no good.
Yeah, not really much of a flow offensively yet. Only 1 of 4 from the field.
The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Misses the three. For Boston, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. White. The shot comes out. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Simmons with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Simmons against Brown. Simmons inside. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And we've talked about this. When Simmons takes initiative, good things tend to happen.
The Bucks shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And thus far, really not their year when you talk about free throw shooting. Only around a 70% clip on the season.
He was able to tie it up. He has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
And that one's good. Thibault.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Shot on the wing. Again, the miss by the Celtics. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
That's a pretty sweet touch there shown by Antetokounmpo. The D cannot relax when he's got the ball, especially in that spot.
Wide a screen on Giannis. Tatum finds MP. Here's the three. And that's good. Jason Tatum for three. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And, guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. Offensively, he's been a one-man wrecking crew. His scoring average is over 30 points a game. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Look at Cleveland. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top five.
And, you know, the Celtics, they're right where they want to be. They're already competing for the top spot. It's going to be a season-long battle, which is exactly what we all anticipated.
Just three to shoot.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
The Celtics with the lead. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, GA?
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla, and we talked about the problems that Giannis poses. He said, look, there's no easy way to defend Giannis. We have to be physical with him, keep him out of the paint as much as possible. But he acknowledged that even having multiple bodies on Giannis sometimes just isn't enough. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Antetokounmpo. Following the basket by Jaylen Brown. 4 on the clock. The offensive rebound. Jackson kicks to Simmons. Second chance shot. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Tatum.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
I think MP saw that little gap there and then was really clever to exploit it with an on-target pass.
And here now is Thibault. Following the three-pointer by Derek White. Lillard outside. Shot to stop the run. Porzingis with the rebound.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
The kick out to Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. A three from MP. And stolen by Simmons. Here's Lillard. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
There is this old school feel about Dame's game. Even though he utilizes the three, he'll get to the mid-range and bury those.
MP against Lillard. And here's Tatum for three.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Simmons dishes to Jackson. Back to Simmons. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Giannis is double. Kicks it out to Lillard. Outside Jackson. Outside Antetokounmpo. Knocks down the three ball. Antetokounmpo's got 5 points so far.
Now the defense now better pay attention. If Giannis is hitting threes, those pickup points have to become higher.
MP finds White. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
You could see he wanted to get it back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
Here's Antetokounmpo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And Brent, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively, but how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
Tatum gets a screen from Yang, and the basket by Tatum.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 6.
And let's review some numbers for MP. Averaging 41 points, 19 rebounds, and 13 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up. Fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
Boston making a switch here. Walsh is checked in.
Of course, one of the league's best scorers. Giannis poised to be one of the game's all-time best.
Now the Bucks moving it up. Lillard with no one around. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. Lillard's got his second bucket tonight. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Here's Walsh. Antetokounmpo defending. Over to the wing. Porzingis finds MP. Here's Walsh. Here's White. It's hauled in by Giannis.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Cans the 12-footer. And it's a 3-point Bucks lead.
Now that basket must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
White against Jackson. Porzingis sets the pick for White. Back to MP. Pass to Brown. MP outside. Pulls it up. Busted. No good that time either.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Lillard's got 8 points.
That's just too easy. You got to get Lillard to put it down.
To the inside. And they get it. And MP with the layup.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And the Bucks with possession here. They lead by 4. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Yeah, and quick. Like as quick as...
We've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And Brent, you hear some players now having their shooting motion analyzed with optical recognition. More data for the shot doctors.
Well, Kevin, information is one thing, but disseminating that information and being able to communicate that to a player is really where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to help him grow with that kind of analysis?
The post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. MP out there with Holiday, and it's Walsh in at the small forward. That's the Boston 5. Antetokounmpo against Porzingis. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Porzingis.
Hard to get upset at the defense there. Antetokounmpo's no easy matchup down low in the paint.
Griffin's checked in for the Celtics. And both free throws good for Giannis. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. And nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person